days to build a habit. And so I guess it also takes about 30+ editions of a platform like this to really become a global movement, shaping thoughts and lives across the world. So with that, I'd like you to all join me, and perhaps with a standing ovation, to celebrate the leadership, the commitment, the focus, the drive of the convener of the platform and the senior pastor of the Covenant Nation, no one else but Pastor Poju. Oyemade. A round of applause, please. Woohoo!
All right, welcome this morning to the platform. After COVID, it's good to have a crowd back again inside the auditorium and speaking to, instead of just sitting down and talking to the screen. At least we can see people and get reactions from people now. All right, then. This morning, I'll just quickly share on something that I personally use in this organization, and I think there are thoughts that will be helpful, right, to people as I just have the opening remarks. And what I want to speak on is leading an organization to be more effective or making it more impactful. And this is what we share in-house among our leadership team and also among workers or volunteers within the organization. The first law is that you win as a team or you lose by default. So the first law here in leading an organization to making it more impactful and effective is that you win as a team or you lose by default. In other words, if everybody within the organization are operating with their own individual talents and skills without having a corporate vision and operating as a team, that organization will lose. The example I want to give is you have 5 fingers here. And if I hold my 5, these are 5 fingers here. If I hit it on this pulpit, right, I make some appreciable amount of impact. If I clench it together as a team and I hit this pulpit, the impact, the difference is going to be instantaneous. In other words, once you understand that you win as a team and you can unite the hearts of the people to pursue one common vision, the impact will appear immediately. So how then do you unite the hearts of people? First thing, though, is you clarify the objective of that organization or group. In order to unite hearts, you clarify the objective of that organization or group. And the truth is, every time we speak about what we think people already know and clarify it further, what happens is you hear people saying, now I understand it better. So you clarify the objective of the organization in order to unite the hearts of the people. That's how you turn individual operations into a clenched fist. Clarify what it means in that organization to win. And let every single person, no matter how small you people may think they are, a leader must understand that nobody is insignificant. I'm going to show something by your permission and authorization. I want to play a video. All right? But I will take your permission and authorization. And you know why I will take it before I play it. Okay? All right? Let everyone know what the goal is. In any team, every single player must know what it means to win. And nobody must be confused about that. If you have a football team or a basketball team or a baseball team or a netball team, everybody on that team knows what it means to win. And at the end of the game, if they do not win, everybody has a burden in their heart. So you can't be running an organization where when you don't win, people don't feel the burden on the inside because they don't even know what it means to win. So many people within an organization are hazy about the goals of the organization, the objective of the organization they work in, because the win there has not been clarified. And I want to show something, and it's historical, all right, but I'm going to bring it out of the Holy Book, but it's a historical thing. There was a time where man decided that they were going to build the Tower of Babel. And what happened was everybody on the earth at that time had the same language. Now, what unites people is not that they speak the same language. We'll see. And God did not say anything about the unity of the people until something happened. And this was the first time it appeared that God looked like this is a threat. And we'll just quickly put it up quickly here. This first I'm doing this. Put up Genesis 1:11 from verse 1. It says from verse 1 quickly. All right? And the whole earth was of one language and one speech. And then it goes on, verse 2. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, they found a plain, all right, in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Verse 3. It says, and they said to one another, now a conversation started. Let us make break and burn them thoroughly. And the Bible says, they said they had brick for stone and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build a city and a tower whose top will reach unto heaven, which was a skyscraper. And let us make a name that we be not scattered on the face of the earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men built. Now they were always on the earth. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one. Then he says, and they have one language. And this they begin to do, and nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. So when God said man was one, wasn't when they were all speaking the same language, was when they had a clear-cut objective and vision that was right before them. So you unite the hearts of people by giving a clear vision. Something beyond, all right, ordinary. The ordinary, and then the imaginative abilities we saw there of people within the organization now begins to work, and creativity starts happening within that assembly. Every single person in the team must know what the objective of that team is. Every single person. Even the janitor, everybody must know what the objective is. The reason is every single person can contribute something and can say something and can bring an idea and can make a suggestion once they're brought to the table and the hearts of the people are united. Now here's where I need your permission, because I want to play a video, and it's the Liverpool football team. But listen to this. I might not do it if you say no, but there's a big lesson here on leadership. Do you want to know the lesson on leadership? So I have your permission. The eyes have it. All right. All right. So I want to show here quickly. Now, before we play this video, hold it. Just wait here. I say I'll take permission. Nobody's offended. Everybody's good, right? All right. So, well, let me just stop. Let me just stay here. All right. They've given me grace. Let me just stay with grace. All right. Now, so I want to show something here. Please refer. This was a match that was played probably 4 years ago. Liverpool at that particular point was an average, and I can show you statistics. There are teams that are fighting relegation that spend $200 million more than Liverpool in the last 5 years. So sometimes it's not about the money you spend. It's about how much the leadership can unite the hearts of people. It's about building a team. All right? That's what I want to show. Barcelona had, man for man, some of the most skillful players in the world. Sorry, yeah, Barcelona. All right. All right, man for man, some of the most skillful players, Messi and everybody. Man for man, they were more skillful. First match, they had beaten Liverpool 3-0. Some of the top players of Liverpool were injured. They came in with, so to speak, almost a second-string team to play. But they played as a team. And I want you to notice what a ball boy did to change the game. And that the ball boy, all right, was part of, because it's an organization, and the ball boy knew what to do at a certain time. Can you play the first one?
Brilliant. Liverpool are 3-0 up. It's about 10 minutes left, right?
79th minute, wasn't it?
And they get a corner. Now, I want you to fixate in this clip, not on any of the players, but on the ball boy on the right. Because here's what happens. So the ball goes out. There's the ball on the left, but the ball boy on the right lobs the ball to Trent Arnold. The real ball then goes back to the ball boy, right? You can do that in football. It doesn't matter. Let's go back to the start. Now watch. The ball goes out there. The ball boy whips a quick ball to Trent Arnold, right? Perfectly legitimate. Trent Arnold, the other ball goes back. If Trent Arnold looks up, goes, hey, I haven't realised. Bang, sees his mate. Bang, wallop. Oh. Barcelona, like statues. But the real hero is not Trent Arnold, who is a hero. It's whoever's hiding in that hole. Go back to the start. Now watch.
Yeah.
Go back to the start. Watch. On the right in the hole. He's got a ball, look. He lobs it out. Trent Arnold looks up, realises Barcelona haven't realised. Original ball back to the same guy. Bang. That is genius.
It's like a sleeper player.
I want to know,
side,
who is that ball boy? Someone must know who he is, right? I want to get him in here, right, and interview him, because he's probably won Liverpool the Champions League.
I'll tell you who else is happy about that.
Ball out. And by the way, they're supposed to...
All right. Then the second one I'm going to play is what Mourinho had to say about organization, football now. Now, Mourinho is not a coach, so let's say what he said. Second video, please.
There is one detail that some media got it. The ball boy. I had a club where the club never understood how important the ball boys are. You want a quick throw-in, the ball boy needs to know that you want a quick throw-in. The ball must arrive fast. Even if you are winning, sometimes that quick is important. The goal kicks, the tempo of the game, the ball boys in a good structure can also play a part. I was a ball boy, top ball boy.
Were you like this, always giving the players the ball?
Look, when I was a ball boy, I even know when I was going with the ball for the players to take the corner kick, I know where the players want the ball. So the players don't need to touch the ball. I know that player A from my home team wants the ball in this part of the semicircle. I know that the other one, because he's left-footed, wants the ball in here. People don't know that a real football club, every detail is very, very important. In this game, the kid, very intelligent, very bright. I don't know if he is an academy player or no, but the kid knew what he was going to do. Then, Alexander-Arnold, he read the situation fantastically well. Young kid, Champions League semi-final, tired, 80 minutes of football, he saw everything. I always say the good players are the ones that are on the pitch and everything is clear. They see everything. He saw that. And then, of course, Origi could put the ball over the bar. It's not an easy goal. Looks
all right,
easy, but
you
it's
can
not
cut it
easy.
here.
And
we're having all right. The point has been made. Backed by Mourinho. All right, so the first thing is quick, clarify what the win is. Number two, know where you win. So you want to ask yourself in the organization, where do we win? Everybody knows that in a football match, in a netball, basketball, this is where we are going to win. So where do you win? Why is that so important? If you know where you win, then you will think in terms of the steps you need to take to get there, and not just activities that you carry out. There are many ways in which you can try to achieve your objective. There are many ideas, all right, that can come which will generate a lot of activities, but they may not be steps to take you to that particular destination. So you know where you are going, you know exactly where you win. And so you've got to sit still and think through to find the steps that you are going to take. Ideas create activity, but they may not be steps to achieving your goal. So there can be many ideas that might come. That's why you have to operate as a team, because if you have one talented person in the team that just wants to demonstrate their own talent, and what they are doing is not a step to getting to the objective, then they are reducing the impact of that team and not increasing, all right, their impact. The steps must be easy, which means very easy to apply. Everybody must understand them. They must be strategic, which means that they move the organization towards their objective. Number 3, stay focused when you start getting results. Don't overcompensate yourself for the sufferings of the past. Let me repeat. Stay focused when you start getting results. Don't overcompensate yourself for the sufferings of the past. Because if you don't stay focused, you'll find out after some time, the organization will embrace practices that might look good, but they are unhealthy for that organization. You wake up one morning and realize that the organization has drifted away from the original vision, objective, and goal, and what's going on is you are into several things that just may not produce results. So understand this, it is not the amount of activities that you do that creates impact, it's the way you carry out what you do. Let me repeat again. It's not the amount of activities that you do that is going to create impact, it is the way you do the few things that you do. So you do a few things, but you do them in a certain way, which means some Olympics are done only once every 4 years, but they are memorable events because they are carried out in a certain way that leaves something in the minds and hearts of people. Quickly, can you bring me the coffee if it's ready? Quickly. All right? I just want to show something here. All right. I just want to show something here about staying focused. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. You can just wait. All right. So for coffee drinkers, we will understand those who drink coffee. Okay. Here is concentrated coffee. Let's just say this. All right. There's an aroma that comes out of it. You agree with what I'm saying? Those of you that drink coffee, there's an aroma. You take this and espresso, and you are fine with this amount of coffee. All right. Now, but if you increase activities inside an organization there, you just may dilute what you are doing. So if I pour this into this, the aroma is gone. The same amount of coffee is inside this thing, but the aroma is gone. You know what I'm saying? If I drink this, it's water I'm drinking, no longer coffee. But it's the same amount of coffee. So sometimes you are doing what you're supposed to do to succeed, but you are doing several other things that dilute what you are doing, that reduces the impact of it. So you have to be disciplined to stay. And listen, if you want to introduce, if people are going to introduce any new thing into an organization, ask what are you subtracting to bring that in. Do you get what I'm saying here? All right? Or else, and particularly when the organization begins to succeed, because sometimes we just start throwing ideas because they know the resources and manpower is there. Number 4, I'm just going to 6 here. All right? Get the right information. Everybody doesn't, that when you start sharing information about the organization, get the right information to the right people in the right positions. So, as people occupy positions in an organization, constantly feed the people occupying different positions with the information they need to be successful. So what you have to do here is you break it down and know, right, this person. I'll go back again to sports. I'm using sports as an analogy here. Right? They hire coaches, which means people need to be coached in the very single things they are doing. So people hire coaches, and they hire coaches for specific things. And you, a coach, if it's cricket, you just coach this person, all right, on this. You coach this person on that. And then you start getting into specifics where, all right, you are giving relevant information to people that are there. People don't need too much information, all right, that they don't need. What will make them better at what they are doing is what should be shared with them. Number 5, as I close, and this is very important, listen to outsiders. Listen to people, all right, that are outsiders to your own organization or your own culture that you have built. Leaders and organizations that come up with new and great ideas that increase their influence and their share, they do it because they have listened to outsiders. Anytime you find somebody that brings out a very powerful new idea and is doing something that is fresh, that person listened to an outsider. They went out of their own comfort zone, all right, to listen to an outsider, and they took that idea and integrated it into what they were doing. When outsiders show up, all right, with suggestions, the feeling in leadership is, because you are the leader of the organization or you are in leadership, you are the one who knows best for that organization, which is true. But there will be occasions, and those are game-changing occasions, that the opportunity and the information you need to increase and multiply what you are doing, that's just the way it is, will come from an outsider. And if you don't listen to outsiders and you're only listening to people who are within, all right, and have that, you are not going to get that done. I mean, I would always give this as an example. When I started this church, I would preach and preach and preach for long. One day my mother came for a meeting, and she sat inside the congregation. We were about maybe 40 people. And I was going and I saw her and I was preaching, kept on. She got up at one point and left because I used to preach very long there. All right, I used to think that the length of the thing, so, and she left. So I didn't say I went to Ibadan one time to go and see her 3 months after. And she looked at me and told my father, he said, your son can preach. He said, you need to go and hear him. He can preach. I didn't know you could preach. And then she said, but I have an advice for you. She said, I think you should go on television. Because what you are saying, the problem is people don't know what you are saying. In my mind, I said, the control has stopped. I am the one God called, not you. You can't continue this oppression that I had where I'm now a man. And I said to her, what will she know? She's a medical doctor, she's a professor of medicine, but what will she know about ministry? About deep things? And I left. 7 years later, I went on television, and the thing exploded. She came to see me. Did I not tell you 7 years ago? Now, I can say that and say, God in His sovereignty. But the truth is, I may have experienced what I experienced 7 years earlier if I listened to an outsider. Outsiders come into your organization and make suggestions that are counterintuitive. Listen to them. All right? If you are only listening to people that are like you, that reinforce, and you go into what is called the confirmation bias, you will lose. Final one. All right, let me say this also about outsiders. I mean, the game cricket, I like watching cricket. Cricket used to be played 5 days, test match, and cricket lovers, insiders love it. We will sit down on a television screen and be watching it. I mean, and they'll be throwing balls and throwing balls and throwing balls and throwing balls, and at the end of 5 days, it could be a draw. So people say, why do you listen to this? So somebody looked at it and said, listen, the next big thing is television. Television, an outsider came. He wasn't a cricketer, he was a businessman. The next big thing is television. Everybody's now on television. Let's take cricket on television. But to take this on television, people watch television mostly at night. So let us play it at night and shorten the format of the game Because, you know, people don't want to, people say, no, we're talking about the, you know, you always have Puritans, you know, people that are purists. No, we can't do it, you're going to violate this, we're going to violate our cricket, we're lovers of cricket, and all of that. But they got a couple of guys to break through and shortened it to 50, or what you call 50 overs or 20 overs. And so you can finish the game in 3 hours, or you can finish the game in 6 hours, played it at night, put it on television. Now there are players making millions from it. The influence of cricket has spread. All right? It has spread all over because they listened to an outsider. The outsider wasn't a cricketer. The outsider had never played cricket before, but the outsider had a brain for business and how to convert things. In other words, what we're trying to say, you don't have to be a sportsman to know how sports generates money. You don't have to be a medical doctor to know how doctors can. Do you get what I'm saying? Outsiders will give the thoughts. The last one is, and I'll just close with this, develop new talents constantly within an organization. If you want to have a good organization, all right, you do the things we have said, but if you want an organization to last forever, it's a different thing now. Then there has to be a system where new talents are constantly developed and given room for expression. Why do organizations collapse after some time? Because they create a power structure where it is a few people that hold the power of that organization and nobody else has opportunities, nobody else can come in with ideas. And once it is like that, those folks are going to run out of ideas and going to run out of energy, and then you're going to begin to see a decline. So it has to be a culture within an organization there that new talents constantly are being trained, they are being built up, and those new talents are given room to be able to express themselves. If there is a power structure where a few or just a handful of people are the ones continuously doing something and holding on to it forever, then what's going to happen is that organization, you are going to see it deteriorate, and after some time, it will no longer be there. God bless you all. Thank you very much.